Welcome to Soul Stories, where every tale touches the heart, inspires the mind, and stays with the soul. Every morning, 12-year-old Hira waited quietly at the old bus stop at the end of Maple Street. She wore a leg brace that clicked softly every time she shifted a weight. Still, she tried to enjoy the peaceful mornings, the cool breeze, the soft rustle of leaves, the distant sound of birds greeting the day. But today wasn't peaceful. As she arrived at the stop, she noticed 3 boys walking toward her. Her stomach tightened. She knew them well, school bullies who loved making fun of anyone they saw as weak. And to them, Hera's brace was the easiest target. They spotted her immediately. One boy smirked. Well, look who's here. The girl with the robot leg. Hira hugged her books tightly. She lowered her gaze, hoping they would ignore her. But bullies never ignore an opportunity to hurt someone. They circled her slowly. The way vultures circle prey. Still struggling to walk, one boy mocked, dragging his foot exaggeratedly. Hira wanted to be brave. Her mother always told her, don't let their cruelty become your fear. But her throat tightened, and her fingers trembled around her books. Then, without warning, a boy shoved her from behind. Her balance slipped instantly. Her brace twisted awkwardly. She fell hard onto the pavement. Pain shot up her leg and palms. Her books scattered across the ground. Papers floating like feathers in the wind. The boys burst into loud, cruel laughter. Hira blinked back tears, but they spilled anyway. She felt small-tonly, like the world around her suddenly grew too big and too cold. Several people walking by noticed. Some slowed down, some looked away. Others pretended they saw nothing. No one stepped forward, except one person. Across, with street an elderly man owned around the neighborhood simply as Mr. Rumenhay had been sitting on an old wooden bench. His eyes widened as he saw Hira fall. He gripped his cane tightly, his jaw clenching with anger. He rose from the bench with purpose. For years, he had been the quiet old man who fed birds and watched the neighborhood. But in that moment, there was nothing quiet about him. He muttered, under his breath, this is enough. And he walked toward her, not slowly. Not hesitantly, but with the determination of someone who couldn't and wouldn't let this go. For the first time in a long while, someone stood up for her. Mr. Remen moved quickly, his cane tapping firmly against the pavement as he approached Hira. The bully stepped back slightly, confused about whether to fight, run, or pretend innocence. He bent down beside the girl and gently touched her shoulder. You hurt? He asked softly. Hira wiped her tears and nodded, though her breath still trembled. He picked up her notebook and handed it back with great care. You don't deserve this, he said firmly. No child deserves this. The bullies shifted nervously. They weren't used to adults standing up to them. Something about the old man's calmness felt threatening, like still water that hid deep strength beneath. Hira tried to speak, but Mr. Remen shook his head gently. Don't worry, you're safe. Then he did something none of them expected. He reached inside his coat and pulled out an old phone, scratched, worn, but still working. He scrolled through his contacts with practiced fingers, stopping at one name. Guardian's emergency ride. Without hesitation. He pressed a single button. He didn't shout, he didn't glare. He simply made a call that seemed ordinary. But wasn't. He stepped back and placed a reassuring hand on Harris's back. Then, slowly, almost unnoticeably at first, the ground began to vibrate. A faint rumble rolled through the air. Soft at the beginning, like distant thunder. The bullies frowned. What is that noise? The rumble grew louder, and louder, and louder, until it became unmistakable. Motorcycles. Dozens of them. The sound bounced through the street, rattling windows and turning heads. People stepped out of their shops. A dog barked anxiously. The bullies looked around in panic. And then around the corner, there appeared one motorcycle. Then another. Then another. In seconds, a wave of roaring engines filled the streets, chrome shining. Headlights slicing through the morning light. Not one, not 10, but dozens. The Guardians Motorcycle Club had arrived, and they weren't slowing down. Mr. Remen watched calmly, his eyes steady as the bike surrounded the bus stop like a protective storm. This, he whispered, is what real protection looks like. The bullies went pale, had no idea what kind of people they had just crossed. One by one, the engines quieted, but the silence that followed felt louder than the noise. 99 bikers stood in perfect formation, their matching jackets displaying the same emblem, Guardians MC. They were tall, disciplined, and built like walls. Nobody had to announce their strengths. Every inch of their presence spoke louder than any threat. The bullies stood frozen. Their leader emerged from the center of the formation, a man with a calm but commanding face, a black helmet under his arm, and a patch on his vest that read, Captain Zane, Road Commander. He walked toward the bullies with steady, deliberate steps. He didn't shout, he didn't glare. Asterisk, he simply asked one question, his voice soft but razor sharp. Asterisk, who touched the girl? None of the boys dared answer. Their legs shook, their faces drained of color. Captain Zane stepped past them and knelt beside Hira. Asterisk, are you okay? He asked gently. Asterisk, she nodded. I'm fine now. Asterisk, you're stronger than you think, he said warmly. And people who hurt others, they need to learn respect. Asterisk, he stood again, and instantly, the 99 bikers adjusted, tightening their formation around the bullies. Asterisk, a ring of leather, steel, and unspoken warning surrounded them. One biker folded his tattooed arms, another cracked his knuckles. Asterisk, a third tapped his boot on the pavement. Not aggressive, just overwhelmingly intimidating. The bullies broke. Asterisk, we're sorry. One shouted. Asterisk, Captain Zane's expression didn't change. Pick up her books. Asterisk, they obeyed, immediately scrambling to gather every page, every notebook, every item they had knocked down. One boy wiped dust off her bag before handing it to her with shaking hands. Now, apologize properly, Zane added. We're very, very sorry. They yelled, voices cracking. Asterisk, Captain Zane nodded once. Leave, and don't let us catch you doing this to anyone ever again. Asterisk, the boys sprinted away, stumbling over their own feet. Hira exhaled shakily. Captain Zane turned toward her with a warm smile. Asterisk, you're safe now. Asterisk, surrounded by 99 protectors, Hira believed him. The bullies were gone. Silence returned, but it wasn't the cold silence from before. Asterisk, this silence felt warm, powerful. Asterisk, Captain Zane walked toward Hira slowly. His expression softened, the steel in his eyes replaced with warmth. Asterisk, he knelt down so he could meet her gaze. Asterisk, from this day forward, he said gently, you will never stand at this bus stop alone again. Asterisk, Hira blinked. But why help me? I'm just one girl. Asterisk, because one girl matters, he replied. You don't need to know us. We know enough. Sometimes one act of kindness can change a life. Asterisk, behind him, the 99 bikers stood tall, forming a protective line like guardians made of metal and loyalty. Asterisk, one biker nudged another. Asterisk, she's the brave one he told us about. Braver than most of us, the other replied. The tension melted into friendly laughter. Asterisk, Captain Zane handed her bag back. Whenever you need us, he said, we ride. Asterisk, the school bus approached slowly, shocked by the sight of 99 bikers saluting a little girl. Asterisk, Hira smiled, the first real smile of the day. Asterisk, as she stepped onto the bus, something unforgettable happened. Asterisk, all 99 bikers placed their right hands on their hearts and saluted her. Not out of pity, not out of obligation, but out of respect. People on the streets stopped to watch. Windows opened, cars slowed. The world seemed to pause for the moment. Hira took a seat by the window and waved. Dozens of gloved hands waved back. Asterisk and the girl who had felt invisible, Asterisk, who had cried on the pavement just minutes before, finally understood something powerful. She was not alone. Not anymore. Somewhere in the city, 99 guardians were ready to ride for her, whenever she needed them. Asterisk, and that changed everything.